Hello, myself Sunil Ramakrishnan Nair. Basically, today we are going to discuss about little bit more about formula. This is basically part 12 ongoing. Till part 11 we have already completed. This is basically in last 11th part. Basically, we have discussed about the ways. Basically, one project was designed basically, and TCS got that project, and the TCS was the first company to finish that project, and the energy basically which TCS has generated, that was also collected by the power and energy companies, and they are done some certain and more R&Ds, and then basically that project came into picture. And like this basically the plan was actually to generate few human needs from that project. So basically they have all designed that also basically because it was totally new project. So the energy and the power company has done the R&Ds, and basically then they came into conclusion that what human needs can be created. So basically existing human needs can be used, is connected with these ideas, or basically it's totally new human needs which is going to generate basically from this project basically. So this was about a little bit about the project basically, and up to what level the formula keywords is going to touch, and basically up to what level the formula keywords has been reached basically, you can say, and what are the base of the formulas basically, you can say. And now basically we are going to discuss about little bit about the subscription basically. What actually the subscription is basically, we have already discussed what actually subscription is. Subscription is basically, for example, I have taken one example basically. Basically, for example, there is one country basically, they told that sorry, the World Bank told that World Bank has a few business basically, you can say, of the subscription basically. For example, India country, the World Bank has offered around 11 subscription plan basically to India, and from this, according to the budget basically, they have selected a few basically plans basically. They has told that we can use this subscription because our budget says that we can use up to this level only. So basically, in this, basically 20 percentage of people basically are going to be in disease basically. Like this, basically, the Prime Minister of India told that we can take this subscription. So basically, according to the subscription, basically the World Bank has given the data, and according to that, basically given data given by the World Bank, according to that, basically they have settled the each and every areas, each and every cities area, which type of oxygen they are going to get, which type of power supply they are going to get, each and everything basically was designed. So basically, just see the power of the government basically. Lots of people says that what actually government is, they are doing nothing. So just see the government what actually they are doing up to the level basically, and up to the level they are doing the planning basically. So basically they have done each and every plan basically. That basically I want to say. So basically they are not, lots of people will say that they are just sitting at the office only, what they are doing. So just see basically what they are doing. So basically we have already discussed the subscription plan. Basically then also little bit detail about we are going to discuss what actually subscription is basically. So subscription basically, here basically I'm in India. So basically I'm taking the example of India only. If I would be in Singapore, then basically I might be taking the example of Singapore. So basically today here basically I'm taking the example of India subscription. So basically, World Bank has told that you have 10 apps, 11 option subscription plan. According to that, basically, Indian group basically have taken one subscription. In that subscription, basically 20 percentage people are going to be get into disease basically. So disease, and basically 20 percentage of supply data which is they are going to buy World Bank. They are not, that would not be good basically, you can say. Reason basically is the subscription which has taken by the Indian government. So basically Indian government says that our budget is this much only because we have got money from the tax, money from the government, money from the few businessmen. Basically few businessmen has invested up to this money only. So according to that, basically we came into conclusion that we are going to take this subscription only. So like this, basically, we have discussed with our businessmen also, and lots of experienced people also. They told that this budget would be okay, and like this, basically, subscription plan was taken basically. So like this, basically, this per subscription plan was taken, and like this, basically, they have they basically started the work. Like this, basically, for example, I will take one more example. In 2018 and 19, basically, when Corona was came, That time basically the World Bank has passed the data, or what actually that happened basically, that I don't know which type of data they have passed. That basically more than crore, more than lakh people, 5 to 6 lakh people has that basically died in the India basically. So that basically might be some other other problem basically. And now basically the data of corona also they have passed. So this was basically actually the World Bank's error, or basically which group's error, that basically that also might be going to track basically whether it was the error from where actually which side also basically. So here basically we are discussing the subscription plan which World Bank has sent to the India. So basically, and according to that subscription plan, basically they have sent. According to that, each and every city has set the environment. So basically, each and every city means, for example, 200 buildings are there. Around 2,000 buildings are there in Vadodara city. So basically, the Vadodara city has got this plan that 2,000 buildings are going to be in safe place basically, because the subscription plan which Gujarat Chief Minister had the data, which the data which Gujarat Chief Minister has passed of the Vadodara city basically, that is basically 2,000 building basically. So according to the 2,000 building basically, the data was passed, and which building power supply which building has to get the power supply, and how the building is going to be in standing position. Because if the data is not passed to that building, then basically that building is 100% going to fall. So basically just see the power of the government. So basically here it's like this basically Gujarat's chief minister has collected a few 2,000 buildings basically, and 2,000 buildings data has passed to the central government, and like this basically central government told that okay, we are going to give you this data. We because according to each and every states basically we have collected the data, and then basically we have came into conclusion that we are going to take this subscription basically. So like this basically data are already passed from the state government, and then basically each and every cities corporator MLAs basically have passed the data. Like this basically the data has collected, and like this basically the subscription plan has taken, and like this the data have the power and the standing position. Basically each and every building has to be in standing position. Like this that date power supply data is also passed to the each and every buildings. Like this basically the subscription plan says that um, whatever data we are going to get, according to that data only we are going to pass to the World Bank. Sorry, the World Bank is going to give the data to the each and every countries basically. Basically World Bank has each and every data basically, because each and every construction companies basically are connected with the banks basically, and banks are connected with the World Bank. Like this basically each and every company's data, each and every construction company's data are connected with the World Bank only, because the construction company are up to this level. That is basically textbooks of the software industry, which basically textbooks are getting used by the software industry. That textbooks is created from the thousand cities. So thousand cities they have created. That means here to creation the cities basically the construction companies are used. Without construction company you can't create anything. So basically the here the basically construction company has created the cities basically. So like this basically the here basically we are stopping about this part basically. This is basically 12th part. In 13th part basically we are going to take little bit more about the what actually the formula word is.